Hey friends, this is Wendy with STAMPIN. I am so excited you're here with me today. Before we jump into the project, I just want to show you, this is the inspiration calendar that we're using today to go off of. If you want this free creative inspiration calendar in your email, you can get it by going to the description of this video, scrolling all the way down to the bottom and clicking get my emails. You do have to make sure that you follow up and confirm the email address so that the emails actually come to you. Today is October 17th, 2023 that we're recording this, and we're going to make a notepad and pen holder. I also just wanted to share, if you place a Stampin' Up! Order with me, you will receive this thank you card and charm in the mail for free from me. This is a little maple leaf for October. And I just think this card turned out super cute. So if you want to get this free from me, just place any size Stampin' Up! Order and we will mail you one. And I think that's everything I needed to tell you. So let's get into making this cute project. So we're going to use the Very Cute stamp set from Stampin' Up! And we'll get to this in a minute because there's not much we're actually going to stamp from here. But I just wanted to show you what stamp set we were using. I tend to forget that sometimes. All right, you are going to need, if you want to craft along with me, you're going to need to pause the video and grab these items. You're going to need a piece of cardstock cut at 5.5 by 8.5, another piece cut at 3 3/4 by 8 1/4, and a piece of 7/8 of an inch by 4 1/4. And then you're going to need coordinating designer series paper that is cut at 3.5 by 4 and 3.5 by 2. And I am using this gorgeous paper from Stampin' Up! A Walk in the Forest. I love this paper. I think it's really cute. And what's funny is I didn't even order it and didn't realize it. Actually, a friend pointed that out to me that I didn't order it. And so I'm glad I got it because it is really pretty. It's actually one of my favorite ones in the holiday catalog. So yeah, good paper. So this is what it looks like. And that cute little bear punch will coordinate with this paper too. So if you want to have a little brown bear on your projects, you can do that. There's some pretty snowflakes, trees, stripes. So some really good wintry, cozy, cabin-y type paper. All right, let's get started. So this piece we're going to work with first. This is a 5.5 by 8.5. And we are going to score this at 2 1/4 and 2 1/4 and then 2 3/4. And I'm gonna move my cutting blade away so that I don't accidentally use that, and then score. And then we're gonna move it to 2 3/4 and score. Then we're gonna turn our cardstock with the portrait side up at the top, and we're gonna score at 3/8 of an inch and 7/8 of an inch on each side. And I'm going to actually use this side of the ruler because it's just easier to, or trimmer top, I guess, trimmer ruler. I don't know, however you want to say that. It's easier to do it this way than it is the other direction. Okay, and then I'm just going to flip this all the way around, turn it over, and score exactly the same on this side. So 3/8 of an inch and 7/8 of an inch. Now, if you struggle with 1/8 of an inch measurements, I actually created a video years ago teaching you how to use a ruler. It's not that uncommon actually for people to not understand how to use a ruler and measure in 8ths and 16ths. So if you need help with that, I'll link to that video and make sure that you know about that. All right, so now you're gonna put, so I had this upside down where my score lines were here. I'm going to turn this back this way. And so I've got my bigger portion here at the top, and I'm going to cut along the edge, along the score line, not the first one, but the second one at 7/8, all the way down to this first intersecting score line here. And I'm going to do that on both sides of this cardstock. So we're going to we're going to cut, lift it up. I'm going to turn it over, just because it's easy that way. And I'm gonna cut all the way to that line. So then you end up with a piece that looks like this. So those two score lines are here. This is that one. And then we're just going to Oh, sweet Mother of Mary. There they are. I always lose my scissors. So we're just going to cut in on these two little score lines and create a tab. And we're going to just chop that piece off right there. We don't need it. And don't worry, I'm going to show you this just... Oh, I almost did a boo-boo. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this looks like when I get done doing all the trimming. So that you can look at it for a second. Take a photo if you need to or whatever. Although, I'll try to make sure I have photos on my blog. But there is what it looks like. So you got two little tabs here, two bigger tabs here, and this long piece right there. Okay, now let's score this piece. This is the 3 3/4 by 8 1/4. And we are going to score this at a 1/2 inch, 1 1/2, and 2 1/2. And then you can just set this aside for now. Then your little 7/8 of an inch by 4 1/4 piece, you're just going to score it on one end at, oh, sweet banana buckets. Did I do that wrong? No, I did not. 1/2 inch and 1 inch. Sorry, I'm having to refer back to my notes. I have not made enough of these that I haven't memorized just yet. It'll get there. All right, so we got a 1/2 inch and 1 inch score line on this little piece here. Okay, now, assembly. Assembly is easy. Just fold on all your score lines, okay? Boop, 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 bitty doop. I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my ATG gun here to adhere this piece of designer series paper at the top. Now, I have an idea for these. I think I'm gonna make several of these for friends and family or like people around town, stuff like that, for just a fun little holiday gift goodie. I went on Amazon and I looked and I found a whole bunch of little Post-it notes like this, but they are Christmas. I really wanted them for this video, but unfortunately they didn't come in time. So when I actually make these for friends and family, I will be putting Post-it notes in them that are more festive to kind of match and go along with the papers I've used and stuff for it to look a little more Christmassy. And same with the pen. So I'm using my pink Levin Stampin' pen. Some of you probably have one of these. And for this project, I'm definitely going to want to use something a little more festive. All right. So there's our two pieces of designer series paper. Now for this piece, we are going to adhere. We're going to fold it back and then forward. So it looks like this when it's folded. And then we are going to adhere this piece only here. You don't want to put any adhesive on this part here. We're going to just add adhesive all along here. And we're going to push this up against this designer series paper and then push it up against this edge. So you have to have your designer series paper in place first because it kind of gives you a guide for where to put this. And then that's it for that. Now you need tear and tape adhesive. And I'm going to add a chunk of it here on the top of this. This is our pen holder. If you're like, what in the world is this little contraption she's got going? And then for this piece, we're going to add adhesive on this side. So the side that will fold up, because this piece is going to adhere to the back of here. So we're just going to add one on each side. And then peel this away. Okay, now for this part, it's a little bit tricky. Now you're going to say, well, why wouldn't you just leave this on? Well, because you're going to see when I fold all this together, it's going to be hard to remove this. So my fix for that is to take a bigger piece that I've peeled from here, cover this piece of adhesive, like so, like that. Fold these little tabbies in. We're gonna fold this part up, okay? And then we're gonna wrap this around, and I'm being very careful to make sure that everything lines up on the bottom. Okay, and then you can take like your bone folder and go in and just smush. Now, this is the easiest part. You're going to, well, it's kind of the hardest part. That's a lie. But you want to make sure that your little insert piece that's down inside here is pushed all the way to the wall. Okay. So you don't want you want the adhesive part to adhere to this edge. You don't want it to adhere over here. So we're going to kind of get it all lined up in there where we want it. I can tell by looking down inside that it's where I want it to be. And then I'm just going to pull this. Now my adhesive is showing, and I'm going to use my bone folder to go in. Actually, what would work better is my pen, since it's supposed to fit in there. And I'm pushing from the inside up and pushing from the top down. So then that adheres that little thing, and now there's actually a little holder part for the pin. Isn't that fun? Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to use this piece that we scored earlier. I'm going to show you how to fold it. It's going to be a peak, a valley, and then a peak. Just like that. So when you get it all folded, it should look like this. Okay? Peak, valley, peak. And then we're going to add tear and tape adhesive here and here. Now you might be thinking, Wendy, you're so clever. You came up with this cool project. Girl, no, I didn't. My buddy Rachel Tessman came up with this project, and she's amazing and talented, and you can check out her blog. So she's the one who I got the original measurements from, and these are all just using all different papers and stuff. All right, so now we're just going to line this piece up to the top. Sometimes I'm clever, friends. Sometimes I'm not. You know? The cleverness comes in waves. That's just how it works. Okay, so there's that. That's it. So now you've got your cute little easel that holds your Post-it note. Like so. And your pen, like so. And then I wanted to just decorate this with this tree. I think this would be super cute. So let me grab a piece of white cardstock and grab my mini Misty. So in the last video I did where I used a mini Misty, I had somebody ask, like, why have a mini Misty and why have the regular size Misty? I don't know. I don't know why we got 42 pairs of scissors. Why we have 300 bone folders or 16 different adhesives. Because we like to buy the things. I really don't. I mean, the mini Misty is super convenient for traveling. I'll tell you that. If you need to go somewhere with it, it's way more convenient than taking the big one. And I would say that, sorry, I gotta line this up. Can't talk and line up a stamp at the same time. I am not a superhero. Okay. Nope. Not in the right spot. Why am I having so much trouble doing this? All right, well, we're going for it. I don't even know if it's lined up correctly, people. Okay, so, yeah, is it a necessity to have both? No. Is this one more convenient for on top of your desk, traveling, and, you know, using at retreats and events and stuff like that? Yes, it is. So there's that. All right, so this is where I'm like, what color am I going to stamp the inside of the tree? I stamped the outside in Pretty Peacock because it matches the paper. So I'm going to flip the paper over and look at the back, and the other color is Old Olive and Garden Green. So I think I'm going to stamp the inside of this tree with Old Olive. Whoop. Throw in stamp sets or stamp pads. If I hate it after I stamp it, then you can just stamp it again. It's not the end of the world. Oh, I don't hate it. It's kind of cute. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. And then I'm just going to come in with my paper snips. And go around the edge. Another thing you could do that would be really cute is you could just like stamp the outline of this Christmas tree in, well, you could use solid cardstock. So you could use like Pretty Peacock cardstock and stamp this in silver embossing powder on top. I think that would be really pretty, really like classy and elegant looking. You could use the bear punch and punch the little bear out for the front of this, which we may still do. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how this looks. And if we decide we need the bear punch, then we'll get it out. And at this point in time, friends, I'm just going to tell you, I have no idea what's in stock and out of stock because it changes so fast. That like the Autumn Leaves, I think it's called Autumn Leaves, designer series paper that everybody really, really wants and loves. It has gone in and out of stock more than once, and it has happened so quickly. People are not happy. So I don't want to say to you, I know at one point this bear punch and stamp set was not available. So if it's not available, hopefully it will be again soon. And yeah, so I know, but here's the thing too, total transparency. I have to record these videos in advance. So I could go right now and look on the inventory status report and go, oh yeah, it's available. But by the time you watch this video, it could be gone again. So there's no way for me to give you like a super accurate, you know, you just gotta, I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you. I was gonna say you just gotta watch the report, but you can't. The only thing you can do is check Stampin' Up's site like regularly, because it will say unavailable right underneath the stamp if it's not available. Okay, I'm gonna cut this little strip of Pretty Peacock at 3.5. And then I'm going to add it here just because I think it'll look nice. And so at this point, I'm just kind of decorating this little deal. And I can't decide if I just want the bear or the tree and the bear. But I'm going to go for it. We'll say the tree and the bear. So I'm going to use my precision glue press for the tree. Part and just glue that down flat to the surface. And then I'm going to use dimensionals on the back of the bear. And then I'm going to show you my other example that I made. So you can see, you could make this for birthdays, any holiday. You could make it for a coworker. Like, really, honestly, options are endless. So there it is. And I'm not even adding a sentiment or anything. I'm just going to leave it like that. And then this is the other one I made. And this one does have a sentiment. It says, a little something for you with lots of love from me. And so I thought that was cute. And that sentiment is from Festive and Fun. So yeah, cute, cute, cute project. Yes, there is a free project sheet. So if you want the free project sheet, go over to my blog. There's a link below the video that says measurements and supplies, and there's a link next to it. Click that. Gonna go to my blog, scroll down, click where it says free project sheet. And then also, all of the supplies I've used today are listed on the blog post as well at the very bottom. So if you want to shop for anything particular, you can get it there as well. Or you can just shop with me at shop.loveandstampin.com or any of my affiliate links that I share. A lot of the companies I work for at this point, I'm not an affiliate with, but I am with My Sweet Petunia. So if you do decide to buy a mini Misty, make sure you use my link. All right. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day and schedule to hang out with me for a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you make some of these projects for Christmas, because I think anybody you give them to will really love them and have fun with them. Take care, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.